Bloating doesn't just make you uncomfortable. It can steal your energy, your confidence, and even your sleep. But there is good news, because there's fast fixes. Even if bloating feels normal for you, it's really not something that you have to live with. Because here's the truth, everyone produces gas all the time, but not everybody feels like they swallowed a beach ball after dinner. And the real difference comes down to how your gut handles that gas and whether your microbes are working for you or against you. Most people attack bloating the wrong way. They skip meals, they take random supplements, or they cut out half the foods that they love, only to feel worse in the long run. But here's the fun part. The fastest relief often comes from adding the right foods and drinks, and even a few body movements to release the pressure almost instantly. And today, I'll show you the science-backed hacks that reduce bloating in as little as a few minutes. Now, I see bloating pretty much every single week in my practice. So I've even had my own share of bloating after a super nasty food poisoning infection that triggered SIBO. Not fun at all, but that's a story for another video. In today's talk, I will be covering the top science-backed foods that actually reduce bloating fast and the exact timing to eat them, the two most clinically proven probiotic strains that outperform the rest, the best anti-bloating drinks and when to have them, and simple wind-releasing movements that work in under 5 minutes. Plus a hydration hack that helps break down meals so it takes the load off your gut. Now, if you're after long-term relief, stick around because I'm going to reveal one of the most powerful gut repair protocols that shows up to 82% symptom reduction and can stop bloating for good. Okay, question time. What is the food that bloats you the most? Maybe it's bread, probably it's beans, dairy. You tell me, drop it in the comments. Before we dive into the solutions, let's quickly talk about why bloating happens. Because understanding the why makes the fixes click. Here's some of the usual suspects. You have too many gas-producing microbes. So here's the science. Certain gut bacteria ferment carbohydrates and fibers into gases like hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide. Normally, your body just clears them out. But when the wrong bugs overgrow, they churn out extra gas, or they slow motility so the gas gets trapped. And this is why some people can just balloon up after bread or even healthy foods, and other people won't. One study showed that when researchers pumped gas into the small intestine, the people with the IBS bloated way faster than the healthy folk because their microbes and their nerves just overreact. And so that's going to lead us on to the next point, which is constipation, because it's a classic culprit for bloating. And you don't have to be stuck for days. Just slowing down can back things up like a Friday night traffic jam. And it just leads to that uncomfortable pressure. And if that's you, go and check out my talk on decoding your poop. I'll put the video right here. Next one is IBS sensitivity. Most people with IBS deal with bloating. They're not producing more gas, they just feel it more. It's like having the volume turned way up on high so your gut's alarm system goes off. And here's a kind of gross but fascinating stat. The average person actually produces 0.6 to 1.8 liters of gas every day. And it's basically a soda bottle's worth. But if your gut is overly sensitive, what science calls visceral hypersensitivity, you'll feel that gas like a balloon inflating inside of you. And here's a big one, past infections or food intolerances, because they can shift your microbiome balance the wrong direction, leaving your gut more reactive. And this is why some people feel like their digestion never fully bounced back after food poisoning or antibiotics or years of eating trigger foods. So the good news is that your gut can be repaired, and I actually have created a step-by-step protocol that helps rebalance the microbiome and supports long-term gut repair. So I'll share more about that soon. But first, let's talk about short-term fixes. These are the quick wins that can reduce bloating, discomfort, and help you feel lighter in minutes. And I want to start with the best foods and drinks because that's always my first recommendation with clients. And then we can move on to the science-based supplements. And no, it's not activated charcoal, which can actually cause major nutritional deficiencies. And I'll go into that soon. So, the foods that deflate the belly. The science is kind of clear on this one. Some foods actively reduce bloating because they contain digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatory compounds, or microbiome-friendly fibers that actually help you break down your meal. The number one is actually two fruits. They're powerhouse fruits, papaya and pineapple. And these tropical fruits are like having little Pac-Men in your digestive system because pineapple contains bromelain and papaya has papain enzymes. They both break down proteins into amino acids before the bacteria can ferment them into stinky gas. And research shows these natural digestive enzymes can reduce bloating and gas up to 75% in sensitive individuals. So, cut a few chunks of raw fruit, it's got to be fresh, and have it 20 to 30 minutes before a protein-heavy meal. Canned just won't work here. Enzymes die. Number two, the kiwi, the smooth operator. And here's something that might surprise you. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. A 2023 study of 184 people found that eating 2 kiwi fruits daily reduced the heavy feeling after meals. It's also especially helpful for constipation, which you do really need to resolve if that's you because the toxins will keep recirculating through your body instead of eliminating them. And that can be a major cause of bloating. Now, kiwis contain actinidin. It's an enzyme that helps break down protein before the bacteria ferment it into gas. So unlike other high fiber fruits that can make bloating worse, kiwis are like a diplomatic peacekeeper of the fruit world because they just help without causing drama. So I've got one of my favorite kiwis here. This is a golden kiwi fruit from New Zealand and it's a little bit sweeter. Moving along to the drinks that calm the chaos within. Because what you sip can be just as powerful as what you chew. And timing is important, so pay attention to that. Number one, peppermint tea. So clinical studies show peppermint relaxes gut smooth muscle by blocking calcium channels. So translation of that is it literally helps trapped gas escape. It's like giving the intestines a spa day. And it's best after meals. Not great with meals, and certainly not if you have reflux or heartburn, because it can loosen the valve at the top of the stomach. Second one, ginger tea. Boosts gut motility. So food doesn't sit and ferment. Think of it as your digestive system's personal trainer. And you'll slice up a piece of fresh ginger and put it into boiling water and drink that 15 to 20 minutes before your meals to stimulate stomach emptying, boost digestive enzymes, and help prevent that heavy, full feeling. Now, this one can be sipped with meals, particularly if you're having a fatty meal, because it helps support the breakdown. The next thing, fennel tea or licorice. Here's an example of that. This is one of my favorites. Just give it a try, even if you think you won't like it, particularly if you can find this brand. Fennel contains ethanol, and it's a compound that relaxes the gut spasms. So you can even put just the fennel seeds inside your meal to help bloating. Post-surgical trials show fennel helps patients pass gas faster. Now, you can either get bags like this that have licorice and fennel, or steep the whole seeds and eat them, drink them 20 minutes before your meal. So this stimulates the digestive juices and it reduces risk of bloating. And it also works, you can have it after your meal if you're feeling bloated, and it will help calm that down too. Moving on to the hydration hack. Now, here's something many people get wrong. They drink plain water with their meals. Instead, drink plain water between meals, not during them, because this prevents the diluting of your digestive enzymes while keeping everything moving smoothly. So what is your favorite tea? I tell you, mine has got to be this licorice tea, and I have put so many friends onto the tea and they never thought they would like it. So really go and give it a go. Now let's move on to the top probiotic strains that actually have been shown in clinical trials to reduce bloating. And then the number one supplement backed by science for easing digestive discomfort. Here's the important part. When it comes to supplements, it is essential you get the green light from your doctor first. Any probiotic, supplement, or even over-the-counter remedy may not be right for you depending on your health history, medications, and your individual needs. So most probiotics are expensive pee. Your body just flushes them out. But probiotics can be very powerful when you take the right strain for the problem you have and give it time. The other important part of the equation is that they need to be fed the right prebiotic foods so they actually work. And lastly, take them with meals for the best effects. Strain 1, Bacillus coagulans MTCC 5856. This is the heavyweight champion because a 2003 study took people scoring roughly on 9 out of 10 on the bloating misery scale, and it dropped them to 3 in just 4 weeks using 2 billion CFU daily. Strain 2, Bifidobacterium longum 35624. Used to be lactis, I think, Bifidobacterium lactis. A network meta-analysis shows this reduces IBS symptoms, including bloating. In real-world studies of 233 patients, 57% moved to lower IBS severity categories. It's probably because these strains produce short-chain fatty acids that strengthen your gut lining and crowd out the gas-producing troublemaker microbes. Now, the reality check. It's important to note that these strategies are fantastic for short-term or immediate relief. But I need to be real with you, because if you're dealing with constant bloating, they're band-aid approaches to a much bigger problem with your gut microbiome balance, and other symptoms will become much worse if you don't address the root cause. Because when your gut microbiome is out, it doesn't just affect your belly, it impacts your mood, your energy, your ability to lose weight, even your sleep quality. And the absolute best place to start is a complete gut ecosystem reset. And that's exactly why I'm creating a master gut reset and repair protocol so my clients and you can take control in your own hands. It's a strategic 3-phase system designed to give you and your gut and the symptoms a break and then rebuild so your gut is more resilient. It's kind of like putting your car in service so that it drives better on the road and it doesn't break down. When was the last time you did that for your gut or even your car? Now, this protocol will also list the best tests to ask your doctor to rule out, say, for infection, since that can really be one of the root causes of even the bloating and all of your symptoms. And I have an activated like a pro survival sheet that I'll put into that protocol so you can prepare grains and legumes and nuts so they won't bloat you. And I'm sharing this because I wish I had something like this when I was going through my own intense bloating phase, because it pretty much stopped me from doing all the fun stuff I love in life, like going to the beach, eating out without worrying about what was on the menu. And it just helps with your quality of life long term. So that protocol will launch really soon, and it might already be out by the time you watch this, so I'll drop the links below. I believe gut health should actually be enjoyable because life is too short to fear a slice of pizza. Okay, moving on to the number one supplement for bloating. And I bet you're not going to guess this one. Peppermint oil. But there are things you need to know about this. So research is pretty solid on this one because the trials show it relieves IBS symptoms in up to 75% of patients. And the mechanism is brilliant. Peppermint blocks calcium channels in intestinal smooth muscle. It literally relaxes your gut muscles and allows trapped gas to move out. But before you rush out and buy it, there are some super important caveats you need to know. First, it's got to be enteric coated. I can't stress this enough. Regular peppermint oil just breaks down your stomach, can give you reflux, and peppermint burps. With this one, you definitely need to check with your doctor or health practitioner for the right dose and to get their approval. And you'll take it 30 to 60 minutes before meals. Now, here's some people that should not take this oil. If you have reflux or GERD, I definitely don't recommend it. Anyone with gallstones or bile duct problems, kids, no. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, peppermint tea is probably fine, but avoid the strong capsules. And people taking medications processed by the liver, because peppermint can actually interfere with how your body breaks down certain drugs. The bottom line is peppermint oil can be incredibly effective, but it is not right for everyone. Let me know out there, have you tried peppermint oil? And if so, what was your experience? Drop it in the comments. I'm loving to know what works for you. So what about activated charcoal? I get asked this question all the time. So activated charcoal can bind gas in the short term, so it does help, but it is not good long term. And even by that, I mean weeks or months, because it also binds to nutrients and medications, so it can cause serious nutritional deficiencies. And it's kind of like if you were duct taping a plumbing problem. It might work for a very short time, but actually you're going to need to fix the issue or it'll make it a lot worse. So let's move on to the final section. It has one of the fastest effects on moving gas out of the body, because sometimes that trapped gas just needs a little encouragement to find the exit. So this is wind relieving poses. Yes, that's actually a thing, and you can do it in yoga. Here's some very simplified versions of it. So you're going to lie on your back, and you're going to hug your knees into your chest, and you're going to rock gently like a happy baby for 30 seconds. So this physically compresses your colon and helps gas move along the highway. The next one is a seated twist. So you'll sit cross-legged, and you can change directions, but you put your hand behind you like this, left hand to right knee and right hand behind. Hold for 30 seconds and then switch sides. Now, it's like giving your digestive organs a massage from the outside. And the last one is a post-meal walk. Clinical trials show that a 10 to 15 minute walk after meals significantly reduces bloating versus just sitting still. Movement helps gas clear instead of pooling. Plus, it helps with sleep and weight management. So it's kind of no wonder the grandparents did it instinctively. And I used to live in Turkey, and walking after meals is a full family outing, and usually by a seaside, and everyone has a great time. So listen, bloating isn't your fault, and it's not something you have to just deal with. Your gut is capable of incredible healing when you stop working against it and start supporting it properly. The truth is, this isn't about living on lettuce and sadness or avoiding social dinners forever. It's about understanding your unique digestive system and giving it what it needs to function smoothly. So whether you start with one ginger tea tomorrow or you're ready for a complete gut reset protocol, every step moves you towards eating comfortably again. And honestly, that confidence and freedom around food is life-changing. If this video was a light bulb moment for you, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. I drop new gut healthy hacks and cooking classes every week, and you don't want to miss what's coming. Until next time, love your guts.